Again, well, it is time to help you make some money. You know, last Tuesday we started to explain the process of compounding interest as your best strategy to build up your finances and wealth. Stewart Welch from the Welch Group joins us once again to pick it up from there with part two. Good to see you this morning, Stewart.
Good morning. I love to quote Albert Einstein.
Okay.
And here he says, compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it. He who doesn't pays it. And so that's what we're going to talk about today.
Let's start with lesson one today.
Yeah, so lesson one, when people think about investing money, they tend to think in what I call linear terms. So they're investing, say, $1,000 a year, and over 10 years, they've invested $10,000, and they think of that in terms of a straight line. But that's not actually how money works. Money works because of compounding. Money has a bending line, and what's shown right here. And the reason that is because not only are you earning interest on the $1,000, but the interest you earned on the $1,000 is also earning interest. So it's compounding on top of itself. And this is a concept. It's kind of hard to understand, but if you can understand it, it's the difference between creating massive wealth and not. So I want to show an example of what we call the power curve, how you get to the power curve. So in this illustration, we're investing $1,000 a year. We're using 10%, just again, a concept. And it takes 8 years, you see that first yellow line, takes 8 years to get to what I call 1-to-1. So 1-to-1 means that you're putting in $1,000, but now the pot of money is actually earning $1,000. You could literally stop and the $1,000 would continue to grow inside that pot. So it took 8 years to get there, but because that curve is bending and you're now entering what's called the power curve, it only takes 4 years to get to 2-to-1. And you keep doing it, it takes 3 years to get to 3-to-1, and then only 2 years to get to 4-to-1. So at 4-to-1, you're putting in $1,000, but now the pot's earning $4,000 a year. And that's the key to creating that massive wealth.
So if you just stick to it in the latter years, it just really, that pot really starts to grow. And this really underscores something you said all along, is that if you can find the sacrifice out of your paycheck to put as much as you can, starting early is the biggest difference.
It is the total thing. And in the beginning, it feels like it's not working. I'm just telling you, it doesn't feel like it's working. But in the end, like when you're my age, it's like really, really working. And that's what you're looking for.
Now, what would you say to people who say, you know, well, but thing is you know, I don't think I can live off that money. Well, I think you know, in terms of the paycheck to paycheck thing, what would you say to them?
If you want to create wealth, you find a way to do it. And I can just tell you, we've examined hundreds of families, we can always find the money.
And if they say, well, it's too risky though, I could just put my money in a bank account.
So we're actually using this for interest, but I would tell you the real power is in doing it within a diversified basket of stocks over a long period of time. And so you do want to have some safe money, but this is the money that you're going to use to accumulate wealth over the long time.
All right. Well,
that's the key.
Compounding interest explained as best we could in layman's terms. Hope you get it, folks.
Yep.
All right. We got more ahead here on Good Day Alabama.